I hope you're all doing good. It's like I was going to say it's like the 20th of January, but actually it might even be more than that. Which is really fucking wild to me because I swear. Yeah, I think it's the 20th of January. But I swear it's like the 16th, and now I'm having what a really good friend that I would love to mention by name, but I haven't pre-checked this, and now here I am in this moment, so I'm just gonna have to say a really good friend calls host brain, and I'm like, oh, I love that. I am so getting a moment of host brain right now, and I'm just like, how? What? What is time? What is any of this? I was just gonna do like a quick update, but then I was looking through the journal and I was like, holy fuck, there's so much stuff that I don't. It's like pages and pages that I don't remember, and it's the 20th of January, and I'm like, man, I really just like. I just assume that I am not amnesic of like day to day life in general. Like, I know I blank bits where I don't have access to certain memories that other people do, when some triggers come up, but just I wasn't aware that I was missing like all of, gestures broadly at life. Whoa, that's amazing. We are at the minute. I'm just accepting that that is the case, and that it'd just be like that. Just be like that. What's that post I read? Whenever you discover something or have like an unexpected event, just shout plot twist and move on. I like that post. I'm gonna adopt that. Plot twist. I have more amnesia than I thought. I'm amnesic of my amnesia still. That doesn't just stop. Oh, I'm feeling like a lot more. I'm feeling a lot more whole in myself. Like a load more fused, a load more existent. I had like a few days of sort of noticing that there's like quite substantial gaps in my memory just between parts of myself still. And I can track it pretty well because my voice changes. Pretty sure it still does that. But today I was remembering stuff and I was like, I am remembering the past in a very confusing and yet very even way of like remembering several timelines all at once, and remembering it from every perspective of only having known at the time that one timeline was going on. And that's a time to even acknowledge and remember. And also my voice seems to me to have been more consistently the same for a while. For a while, I mean today. Today is a while, like one day is a whole while. So and I'm feeling like more confused about more confused about my opinions on things and my perspectives, and yet also more certain of them. Like, my perspectives and viewpoints and memories and thoughts are all way more complex and layered and more like multifaceted and kind of opposing hence the confusing, but like not in an overwhelming way, and in a but I can think more than one thing about something at once, and I can believe more than one thing about something at once, kind of way. It's like I'm certain of myself, like I'm more knowing of myself, and that's more confusing. But that's good. It's like kind of just feels more full, more whole, more feeling of potential. Like, how do I feel about something? I don't know. Let's see. it's I feel more capable and more like competent dealing with. I feel like I have more of an array of abilities and ways in which I could deal with things, and more of a fluidity between which one might be able to be shifted into to be executed for each situation. Ah, that came out succinct. That surprised us all. All right, that's another thing. I can like sentences are coming out with like words being all in the right order and stuff, and like actually sounding smart, which I'm just like, oh shit, I have some information. I know what I'm saying. Things are coming out in a way that I understand, and I'm like, yes, that is what I meant to say. I said it well. That sentence was not an example, but generally, it's happening more, and I'm like, yes, this is better. I have a headache, like I have a headache like all the time. I have um I have super fun like multi-flavored headaches. I have like one that seems to be a specific fusion one that's like just not all the time, just when talking about the past, and when it seems to be when I am suddenly going, oh, that makes sense because I remember this time and like things are setting into place, and I'm like, oh, but this works with like the law of what I know to be true, and therefore proves this was the case, and like while I'm generating understanding from a different perspective, and puzzle pieces of my memories and beliefs are falling into place in a way that I seem able to deal with, rather than because sometimes it's shocking what falls into place, but as long as it happens in a way where I'm like, I can be shocked but still accept that's the case and still seem like able to cope with it, then I get like fucking shooting pain across like the top right of my head, and it's like it it really feels like I'm getting electrocuted just across, and that's like a bit constant, but in those like that is a constant theme of what is happening, but the pain itself is not constant. And then I have like, oh, dude, my neck's really stiff. Probably just like probably as functionally as it sounds. Like I'm probably holding it tense because of like all of this. So then I'm getting like I have this I don't know if it's like if this happens to other people. But I think I get like a there are too many people trying to front at the same time headache. And that's something we're really working on at the minute. We're trying to get we're trying to have it be possible that like four of us at most, but generally like three of us at a time can co-front. Oh my god, it is draining me and it is spacing me out. Like, and I have that headache is constant. And it's just there, and it's like, oh, it's just like this constant strained feeling, like like if an elastic band was trying to expand to hold more things at once, but like I am the elastic band. The elastic band is me. I'm strained and I hurt. It's like ah, but also I think that's okay because I remember this being the case um, months ago, and also like I'd say maybe a year ago, maybe 10 months ago ish. Uh, this was the case all the time whenever me and Valentine tried to co-front, and we did some serious practice every single day. I mean, we had been practicing and trying before then for a long time as well, but we really seriously knuckled down, like worked at it for the last like year uh, or 10 months, and through various stages of fusion, because it would improve, and we'd kind of be able to both be in the front without one person pushing the other back in, or without both of us getting just really dazed, and just without there being like headaches and spacing out and like blurring and shit. And then we'd fuse, more parts would enter into the fusion, and it would go back to like being really difficult activity again. So we've worked at it through many stages of fusion for a very long time, and now we do generally tend to be able to both be in the front at once and control the body, and it is rarer than not that it will affect one of us, like anti-magneting each other and spacing out. And I got the same like strained headache for months, and just kind of like daily work. So I'm thinking that this feels the same, and this is the same. It's just stretching the capacity and getting used to this being a new normal again, maybe, but with other people as well, more people. So I'm feeling very strained and very, very exhausted. I feel like I very nearly burnt out from just doing too much and processing too much, and like almost falling into the trap of trying to run life too much myself. And then thank God my co-host pointed that out and offered to like give me the day off or more. I have to be like fought out of the front. So I rested for a day or two, and didn't front a lot. And I feel recovered. And then we started doing like little like 5 minute, 10 minutes of all of us trying to ground at once to the front and to the body. And like we all sort of need, like, these gloves really help, and this nail match really helps. And like if I can look at my clothes and the things I'm wearing and be like, that reminds me of me, that brings me to myself, that makes me identify with the body as mine, then that really helps. So I can like focus on those things and ground myself to me, to the body. And so we all have things like that. Oh my god, I'm finding compromised clothing is a bitch. So it was like 5 minutes of doing this, and like 10 minutes of doing this, and like sort of gradually elongating the time, and like kind of like working a muscle. It seems like we're able to do it for slightly longer every time before I will just get really spaced out, or one of us will just get really spaced out, and then just exhaustion and like strained headache. I do wonder if the headache means we're doing a bit too much too fast. And sometimes I get serious host brain, and like denial kicks in. Like I got zoned out, I think earlier today, and I zoned back in to Valentine and Connor like talking and moving around, and I had such a serious like whiplash moment of being like, I'm zoning back into my body and my brain doing things that I did not initiate, that other people are doing, and it was like, nah, no, not having it. This is not happening. This is not a thing. I had to like do some breathing and sort of, man, try and walk the fine line between radical acceptance and like remaining attached to the body while sort of hanging back a little watching, because if I'd like it can feel like my impulse from the host parts of me can be to like lock down into the front and be like, no, this is not happening, and take control, I guess, and then I'd push other people out, or I'd make it harder for them to front and harder for us to hear each other. It's like it's just a bit divisive. So there's like a real zen line of being like, I can observe this, I can still be here, I can feel my body. I don't have to like take charge of it or like freeze up on the arms of whatever they're doing so that I stop them moving. And like a lot of radical acceptance that more than one person can exist in this body and can use it at once, and that we can work like this, and sort of gently trying to think through the times that prove this to be the case and where it has been safe for me to be aware of it, I guess. So like, man, that's largely what I've been doing. Oh god, it sounds exhausting just saying it. I'm trying to have some semblance of structure and routine, despite the fact that like, okay, ADHD everywhere, and okay, used to chaos, and like, not that does not work for us generally. So it's been weird, but like say a habit of regular vlogging, but not at a set time, because set times, no, what is time? Um, Waking up, having water, having breakfast. Thank fuck, because mostly Valentine has been the one to cook and like keep the kitchen clean like a fucking beast. So very appreciative of that. Um, and doing exercise every day. So there's like some things. Oh no, there's some things that have stayed in consistently that are helping, and I'm getting a sense of stability. Also, there's a little Groundhog Day-ish, so we're gonna mix it up with like doing something new every day as well. Because getting up, drinking water, eating breakfast, journaling, all very healthy, all very good. Don't want to feel like my life is just a repeat of the same thing all the time, because it's a bit claustrophobic. So I'm trying to like find balance there as well, between it giving me a sense of stability and consistency without it making me want to rip open my own brain from boredom and claustrophobia. The mundanity of like the repeated theme, which is just not something that's ever been normal for us. The strong oh no is because I realise one thing I have not done today, and also while I've been resting and skipping time, is I have not done any Ollie practice. And I really did want to do that. Okay. I'm gonna compromise. I'm gonna stand on the board and I'm gonna do like one Ollie, like two Ollies, because I do have a headache and I am so drained from everything we're doing and from the fusion going well, which I'm really happy about. Very much understand why. We have been talking about processing really deep shit and like young traumas and a lot of integrating of different ideals and memories and viewpoints and beliefs and changing thought structures and god, just a lot. So I don't want to drain myself. But also, it might make me feel a sense of trusting my own word, consistency with myself, to be like, yeah, I wanted to do this and I did it. God, I'm tired. You know what? I'm gonna do this in 2 separate videos because otherwise, flipping the camera not gonna be fun. Oh, so yeah, I think that's where we're at. Really tired. I probably still need a day or two to recover. I'm really enjoying feeling more existent, more fused. And oh, earlier today I got like 5 seconds of everything being really fucking clear. And I was like, oh shit, is that how good things get? I hope so. I really hope so. And a lot of work on trying to allow us to all use the body. Oh, yeah, all 3 of us or 4 of us to use the body at once. And still practicing that. Okay, I hope you're all doing good. Or I hope that days have been minimally shit because this world could be hard. Just any surviving is an amazing feat, an achievement to be proud of. Not to mention any kind of working, like, and looking at yourselves and dealing with therapy and just big, big support, big props, much love.